Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you my to-be read pile for June and July 2019. So before I head into my TBR pile for June and July, let's talk about April and May, right? April, May, June, July. Yeah, April, May. Got to think about the months for a minute. Let's talk about the April, May TBR. April, May was very successful. I had my concerns that I wouldn't get done in time. I thought I might go over a few days or even more than that. But believe it or not, guys, I actually got done like 2 weeks early. I got done 2 weeks early before June even hit. So I'm pretty excited about that because I was not expecting to get done or finished as early as I did. Like I said, if anything, I thought I would run over time. So I did finish all the books. I believe for the most part I really liked and enjoyed everything. So yes, stay tuned for reviews for all of those books in the future. I do have reviews up on Goodreads for all of them if you want to see my thoughts on Goodreads. But yeah, video reviews will come eventually. It may be a few months, but they'll come. So let's get going with these next 2 months for June and July. I'm very excited. I got some great choices here, I think. Since I did finish up rather early at the end of May, I did decide to go ahead and start to read the Raven's Shadow Trilogy by Anthony Ryan. The first book here is Blood Song, and this is actually a reread for me because I originally won this book on Goodreads quite a number of years ago, and I read this book and I really enjoyed it, but then I never got around to finishing the series. So yeah, I have the rest of the series here to enjoy. So yeah, just got to reread this first book to re-familiarize myself with everything going on. So yeah, book 1 here, Blood Song, book 2, Tower Lord, and book 3, Queen of Fire. Sounds awesome. If you don't know what the Raven's Shadow Trilogy is by Anthony Ryan, they are fantasy books, but they do have more of a medieval type of setting, if you will. And yeah, they follow this man named Valen Alsorna. He's the leading protagonist, and yeah, he's kind of a big deal in this world. He's notorious, he has a legacy, and yeah, someone is chronicling his story, and yeah, we're getting kind of bits and pieces of that story from him as a child until him as a young man, and kind of, I guess, going a little further, I suppose. But yeah, it's a very, very good series. If you love fantasy, I highly recommend it. I think you would really, really enjoy it. And next up, what I plan on reading is The Missing Years by Alexi Elliott, and this is a book that I won on a Goodreads giveaway, so thank you very much, Goodreads. And yeah, what is this about? Let's read what it's about real quick because I can't quite remember. Alicia Calder has inherited half a house. The other half belongs to a man who disappeared without a trace 27 years ago, her father. Leaving London behind to settle the inheritance, I called her Alicia, I think it's Alyssa. Alyssa returns to her childhood home, nestled among the craggy peaks of the Scottish Highlands, joined by her half-sister, who's almost a stranger to her. Alyssa can't escape the claustrophobic feeling that the house itself is watching her, as if her past hungers to consume her. She also can't ignore how the neighborhood animals refuse to set foot within the gates of the garden. When the first nighttime intruder shows up, Alyssa fears that the manor's careless, rugged beauty could cost her everything. Oh my goodness, this is a very vague plot summary, you guys. It sounds like this woman, she's going to her father's house, but some creepy crap is going on. So what's going on? I love gothic, creepy things with houses. You guys, anything with creepy houses, I love it. So yeah, this should be right up my alley. Next up, The Night Tiger by Yang Zi Chu. This is definitely something I'm very, very excited to get to. I previously read Yang Zi Chu's The Ghost Bride. I love that, so I can't wait to get to this. So yeah, this is about, let's see, quick-witted, ambitious Ji-Lin is stuck as an apprentice dressmaker, moonlighting as a dance hall girl to help pay off her mother's mahjong debts. But when one of her dance partners accidentally leaves behind a gruesome souvenir, Li Jin plunges into a dark adventure, a mirror world of secrets and superstitions. 11-year-old Chinese houseboy Ren also has a secret, a promise he must fulfill to his dead master, to find his master's severed finger and bury it with his body. Ren has 49 days to do so, or his master's soul will wander the earth forever. As the days tick relentlessly by, a series of unexplained deaths racks the district, along with whispers about men who turn into tigers. Jin Li's and Ren's increasingly dangerous paths crisscross through lush plantations, hospital storage rooms, and ghostly dreamscapes. Yeah, this sounds awesome. I can't wait to get to this. And plus, this is a beautiful cover. A very, very beautiful cover. Yay. Next up, The Huntress by Kate Quinn. And this is definitely another one that I read the synopsis and I was like, yes, I must read this. I must have it in my life. Bold, reckless Nina Markova grows up on the icy edge of Soviet Russia, dreaming of flight and fearing nothing. When the tide of war sweeps over her homeland, she gambles everything to join the infamous Night Witches, an all-female night bomber regiment wreaking havoc on Hitler's Eastern Front. But when she is down behind enemy lines and thrown across the path of a lethal Nazi murderess known as the Huntress, Nina must use all her wits to survive. So yeah, that's kind of that's the big thing. There looks like there's a couple other characters who kind of interweave into the narrative, but yeah, it looks like the main story is following this woman with the all-female bombing team. Oh my god, seriously. Awesome, I can't wait to get to this. Next up, I had to throw in some nonfiction in here, historical nonfiction. We got The Real Wallis Simpson, a new history of the American divorcee who became the Duchess of Windsor, and this is by Anna Pasternak. And yes, I've always been fascinated with the story of Wallis Simpson. But yeah, thanks to like The Crown, Netflix's The Crown, I've just really gotten an even further, deeper interest in her. So yeah, just kind of let you guys know who Wallis Simpson even is if you're not really quite sure. The story that has been told repeatedly is this. The handsome, charismatic, and popular Prince Edward was seduced by an unattractive, divorced, overly ambitious American woman, Wallis Simpson. Unwilling to reign without the woman he loved, he abdicated, and his family banished him. The couple spent the rest of their days in exile, devoted and happy in love. Now, Anna Pasternak tells a different story. Wallis was the victim of the abdication, not the villain. Warm, well-mannered, and witty, she was flattered by Prince Edward's attention, but like everyone else, she never expected his infatuation to last. She did not anticipate his jealous, obsessive, childish nature, and his absolute refusal to let her go. Edward's true character, however, was no secret to the royal family, the church or Parliament. They knew he was utterly unfit to rule, and that Wallis was the perfect means of forcing Edward from the throne. In a complex, riveting, and tragic true story of manipulation and betrayal, Anna Pasternak rechecks history's destruction of the Duchess of Windsor to reveal a loyal and intelligent woman who was trapped by cunning, powerful men in a life she never wanted. Pasternak, who has had privileged access to the royal couple's inner circle and has unearthed 4 never-before-published photographs, has finally given Wallis her authentic voice in this intimate, moving account. So yeah, this sounds like this is more of a positive take on Wallis Simpson because, yeah, as the synopsis of this is suggesting, Wallis Simpson has often been heavily vilified and kind of blamed for a lot of things. So I'm definitely really looking forward to seeing this alternative take on her. And, yeah guys, I believe I do have room for one book from my TBR jar here, so let's pick something out. I'll pick one of these blue ones. Come here, blue one. I'm really glad I picked out this book. This is Sea Witch by Sarah Henning, and I was hoping I would pick out something short because quite a bit of what I have over here is a little lengthy, so I'm glad I picked out something relatively short. And yeah, this is like a retelling of The Little Mermaid, but told through the point of view of the evil sea witch, who yeah, she's not called Ursula in this, you know, Disney calls her Ursula. But yeah, let me read you the synopsis really quickly. Because yeah, it's based more off of Hans Christian Andersen's version, not the Disney version, you guys. Let's make that clear. Ever since her best friend Anna drowned, Evie has been an outcast in her small fishing town, hiding her talents, mourning her loss, drowning in her guilt. Then a girl with an uncanny resemblance to Anna appears offshore, and though the girl denies it, Evie is convinced that her best friend actually survived, that her own magic wasn't so powerless after all. And as the two girls catch the eyes and hearts of two charming princes, Evie believes that she might finally have a chance at her own happily ever after. But magic isn't kind, and her new friend has secrets of her own. She can't stay in Havenstead or on two legs unless Evie finds a way to help her. Now, Evie will do anything to save her friend's humanity, along with her prince's heart, harnessing the power of her magic, her ocean, and her love until she discovers too late the truth of her bargain. The Rise of Hans Christian Andersen's iconic villainess is a heart-wrenching story of friendship, betrayal, and a girl pushed beyond her limits to become a monster. So, yeah, this is young adult fantasy, like I said, a retelling of Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid story. Sounds really good. I hope it's good. I hope I'm not disappointed. I'm probably going to be disappointed, you guys, but I was still curious to pick it up nonetheless. And that is it for my June and July TBR. I have good confidence that this will be accomplished. I don't feel like anything's going to run too terribly far behind or anything. So yeah, you guys in the comments below, have you guys read any of the books that I have here? Do you plan on reading any of them? Or yeah, have you read some of them and they're bad? Let me know. But yeah, you guys, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.